Hi guys, today we have some huge news regarding Bitcoin and the whole Bitcoin Layer 2 solutions. As you all know, the MicroStrategy is the largest holder and Michael Saylor is the biggest advocate for Bitcoin in the world. And recently they have announced that they're going to be the world's first Bitcoin development company. This might be on par with Facebook becoming Meta way back in October 2021. So it's definitely exciting times to take a look at Bitcoin infrastructure and what's been going on there. Today we'll be giving a closer look on the track infrastructure, so the indexer for Bitcoin, as well as the whole layer 2 landscape that has been popping off like crazy over the last couple weeks and months. So before we get started, understand that even I would be completely lost if there weren't some incredible OGs in our Discord. So we have the whole channel dedicated to this whole strategy, whole BRC20 ecosystem. And shout out to Fox, Spock, and all the other amazing folks who have been instrumental in my research and to be able to provide some really great alpha for you on YouTube. Starting off with Track. Track is essentially an indexer on the Bitcoin blockchain, which means that they sort all the data on chain into coherent libraries for other projects and dApps on Bitcoin to use. And this is important because, as you know, the comparison to this could be something like the Graph on Ethereum, which currently has 1.6 billion market cap, and Track has a long way to go, sitting just under 100 million. And some of the influencers agree that this could be a three digits valuation token in peak bull run because, as we can see, the slow but secure shift from Ethereum DeFi into Bitcoin DeFi alongside with all the freaking layer 2 solutions being built over the last couple of weeks and months, which we will talk about a little later. And one very important thing about TAP and Track in general is that TAP protocol is going to have an airdrop for people who hold Track in their Unisat wallets. Unfortunately, no centralized exchange partnerships are yet finalized. So if you're going to buy and hold Track, you can make sure that you have them on your Unisat wallet at February 28th, which is when we will have the snapshot date happening for Track holders. So phase one is on February 28th when you need to have your track ready to go. And phase two will be if you actually hold your track tokens in your wallet between the first snapshot date and some point in the future when the snapshot number two will take place. Now, where you can get about getting your track tokens, you can get them currently on Gate, Bitmart, or directly on Unisat. You also have OKX as their pair on the centralized exchange. However, if you are willing to go with Unisat route, understand that there's only going to be a certain amount of tokens that you can buy outright. So it's quite a big investment because you can find smaller allocations, but those are unnecessarily pricey. However, it's an alternative that you can use, especially because we're all expecting an airdrop from Unisat wallet eventually. So any extra transaction you can do is welcome. Another huge topic for today is Bitcoin Layer 2s. So, as you know, when Ethereum had its DeFi summer moment of 2020, there was just huge congestion on the network, and people were screaming for a solution where Avalanche, Matic, and all the other original Layer 2 solutions for Ethereum became really huge. So, we have a similar moment happening on Bitcoin right now. Like over the last year, the Ordinals revolution and the whole infrastructure built on Bitcoin is causing the network to become very congested. Obviously, we're going to have huge amount of new layer 2 solutions being developed. Now, there's really a huge list of these happening right now, but I've found three of the OGs and perhaps the ones that we should pay most attention for. We have obviously Stacks. They are the true OGs that have been building for over a year now, and they have a really vibrant ecosystem already, such as their Stacks network is just wild. We have, of course, Alex, which is always going to have a special place in my heart because he has printed thousands of dollars last summer. But we also have a very long list of dApps built with Stacks infrastructure. Next up, we also have BVM, which was called previously the Trustless Computer Protocol. Guys over at New Bitcoin City developed this, and they're also one of the OGs. They have a really nice video explaining in detail how this whole Bitcoin Layer 2 solution how it works and why we should care. And they also have just finished their public sale, and they will have a token generation event and listing sometime in March. So in 1 month's time. However, the biggest and the most important news for today, perhaps, is the new kid on the block, Merlin Chain, because recently they have managed to start their staking initiatives, which means that the first time ever we have an opportunity to stake on Bitcoin. And they have raised a whooping $500 million in just 24 hours in total value lock, which is insane. So keep in mind that this kind of blast manta-esque way of doing things is not as well accepted in community as it can sometimes be perceived as a whale game. But again, this is just something that you have to decide for yourself because their token is actually going to be launching very soon. There's going to be a 20% of Merl token, which will be their governance token for reserved for people who actually participate in this. And it's incredibly straightforward process, incredibly easy to understand. But basically, you just go to merlinchain.io and you can either port from Bitcoin directly. So you will need a Unisat wallet for this, and you just connect with your wallet. You press the amount of Bitcoin you wish to send. But you have to do a little bit of planning regarding this because if you just bridge directly, you will become your team's captain. And if you want to fully utilize this whole infrastructure, you need to actually find 4 more people who will also port with you so you can have some milestones because if you port more tokens, you will get a bigger allocation of the airdrop. So yeah, you can port on your own, but ideally try to join up with some other ideally whales who are going to port over more than one Bitcoin because then you get into a higher bracket category. Also, if you don't want to utilize Bitcoin, you can also port from Ethereum or Arbitrum. So you can utilize Messify's infrastructure to send either USDC or USDT from Arbitrum, which is by far the cheapest option, or you can just go from Ethereum, then you can send ETH, USDC, or USDT. And that's a wrap on all the topics we wanted to cover today. If you find the content valuable, consider liking and subscribing with bell notifications on because most of the info we talk about is very time sensitive. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. If you're ready to make 2024 the best year for crypto gains, you can definitely consider joining a private community of people who are really, really on top of the airdrop game and crypto game in general. We'll be waiting for you in our Discord. Till next time, have an amazing day.